Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Baruch Hashem.
Good.
Baruch Hashem. Ready to start Menachos?
Well, I have a book, so I don't know if I'm ready. We're starting.
Okay.
We still have to do the last of Zevachim.
I hope it's more exciting than Zevachim.
Sorry.
Menachos.
What happened to your What happened to your forehead?
I had a little incision done.
Oh,
My brains were
Mario,
exploding
you're
out.
asking too many questions. Hey, Harold.
what?
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, what wedding were
Hi,
you at? You
Harold.
look so dapper.
It came from a wedding.
Who's got married tonight? Mazel
Rabbi
tov.
Lebhar's daughter from the Link Holo.
Oh, that's why Ernie was there. Okay.
Yeah, Ernie's will be. He wrote me back. He should be on very soon. It
Okay.
was at the Alexandria Hotel downtown on Spring and Fifth Street.
Oh, that
Ooh.
must have been fun.
Yeah, I was a little nervous, but it was nice. But the neighborhood is a little questionable.
A little seedy, that neighbor.
A little seedy is right. We found out that Charlie
Yeah.
Chaplin got married in that same hotel in like 1920.
Have they changed the carpets?
I know, but we use the same benchers. Oops. I will be right back.
Hello.
Everybody.
Hi,
Hello.
Ernie.
Okay, we're on the last blot, Kuf Chaf 120. Tomorrow we're going to learn the daf at 7, and then the tsurba will be at 8.
Yeah.
So, boy Rami Verzera, Oilas Bamas Yochid, you were makriv you shechted an ola that you were going to place on a private bama, but hichnisa lifnim. You ended up you cut up the pieces rather than put it on the bama kitana in your backyard. You traveled to Novor Givon and you brought it inside the azora. And now votzi alachutz, meaning we know that if you start something in the azora, you shecht it, there's a psul of yitziyah. If you take it out of the azora, you can't bring it back in and put it on the mizbeach. Well, this thing started outside. Now you brought it inside. Do the mechitzas of the azora, are they coilate it? Do they sort of grab it that now it instills in it a problem that if you took it out, you can't bring it, you can't offer it anywhere anymore, right? That the walls have grabbed it, and now you got to bring it back in. And wave it if it was a shlomim, and do all the various laws as if it was inside. Maybe listen, this thing started out outside, in a bama, outside of the base of Mikdash, outside of Nova Giva. Maybe you don't have to bring it back in, even though you brought it in. So the Gemara says, Lav Hainu Plukted Rabbi. Isn't this the same machlokas of Rabbi Rav Yosef? It's not. Kochri Kochim Sheshachton Bedor. We know that the Beis HaMikdash is divided into north and south. You have to shecht in Ola and Oshram in the north. Shlomim could be shechted anywhere, even in the south. So let's say you took a chatas and you shechted it in the south. The din is moyalin behem. The din is you didn't shecht it in the normal place, but it's still kochim, and you're going to still be chayav me'ila if you benefit from it. V'boilu. We asked another question. That korban that you shechted not in the north, but you shechted in the south. Olu. You weren't supposed to put it on the mizbeach, but you did. Maushi yerdu. You have to take it down. Rabba Omar yerdu. You have to take it down. Rav Yosef Omar lo yerdu. If you put it up, you don't have to take it down. So maybe, according to Rabbah, the mechitzas of the Azara don't really have an effect on the korban, just because it's as if you shechted it outside, because it was shechted outside. But Rav Yosef, who holds, fine, you didn't shecht it in the right place, but once it's on the mizbech, you don't take it down. So because the walls of the Azara had koach on it. So the Gemara says, you know what? Tiboy l'Rabba, Tiboy l'Rav Yosef. You could ask the kasha according to both. Tiboy l'Rabba, ad kona korabal b'mizbeach. You know what? By the mizbech, the chazi le mekadesh, the mizbech is mekadesh things that are roy for it, but things that are not roy for it, the lo chazi lo mekadesh. So if kochim was slaughtered in the south, not in the north, so they're not fit for the mizbech. Ava mechitza, but regarding the walls of the Azara, ava gav lo chazi le kolta. Maybe the walls of the Azara have power to sort of sanctify it. Oy Dilma, maybe we could ask just the opposite. I feel Rav Yosef, Ad kan lekam Rav Yosef has why over there that a shlomim shecht, that a chata shechted in the south works? Because at the end of the day, chad makamu, north, south, it's all one place. It's one Azara. Aval hacha. But regarding a bama Ketana versus Bama Gedola, the Trema Koimester, they're two separate places, maybe low. Or Dimaloishna, so Teku. The question has no answer. Milta B'shida Leila Rabba B'chad Gisa. That which was very simple according to Rabba, Ul Rav Yosef B'chad Gisa, Maboy Leila Rav Yanai, was a Shalif Rav Yanai, the boy Rav Yanai. Evrei Oilis Bamis Yochid. You have an Ola that was supposed to put on a Bamas Yochid. But you took you put them on the Mizbech in Novigova. Maushi Yerdu. You have to take them off. If the fire hasn't taken hold of the Mizbech of the sacrifice, certainly you'd have to take it down. What if the fire has already started to consume it? Again, teku. Itma. We know that in the regular base of Migdash, or the Mishkan, korbanos had to be shechted in the daytime. If you shechted something at night, it's not valid. Well, what about shchitas laila b'bamas yachid? What if you shechted the korban at a bamas yachid at night? Machlokas Rav Shmuel. Chadamar ksheira, v'chadamar psula. The Kamiflagi bid Rabbi Lazar. They're arguing in really Rabbi Lazar. Rabbi Lazar Rami Kroya Dodi. Rabbi Lazar showed a contradiction between psukim. Ksiv. In the time of Shaul HaMelech, they had a milcham against the Plishtim, and the Jews had not eaten. They were starving. So they took bizas behemoths from the plishtim. They took animals from the plishtim. They were mock of them as korbanos. They shechted them. Now, if they're korbanos, you can't eat without doing zrikas hadam. But they did it. Shaul heard about it, and he said, let's put a stone. This is a period when the bamas were permitted. So they were going to put a bama so they could apply the dam before they ate the meat. One of the pasuk says, "Vayomer bagadatem golu elai hayom even gdol." You know, you were traders. You committed these avera. Bring a stone, and we'll make it a private bama. Uksiv. Vayomer Shaul putzu ba'am v'amartem lahem hagisher la'ishor v'ish tzye ushchatem zevachaltem. He told them, bring your animals here. V'lo techtu l'Hashem lechol al adam v'hagishu kolam ishor b'yodo halayla v'yishchutu sham. Now, they did the shchit at night. And it looks like Shaul HaMelech was also upset at that, even though it's a private bama. So we have this machlokas Rav Shmuel. Mar mishani kan b'chulin. That it's not referring to korbanos that they shechted at night. It was regular chulin meat. There's no Indian of you want to shecht chulin, has to be shchit in the daytime. It's only shchit in the daytime by korbanos. When Shaul was upset that they slaughtered at night and should only slaughter at the daytime, that's by kotshim. And Umar Mishani kan bekotshei bama gdola. The other mandomer learns that if they were going to do it at the bama gdola, they had to do the shchit in the daytime. But at night, kan bekotshei bama ktana, where you could do it. Itma. Oilas bama syachin. All of that was going to be put on a private bama. Rav Amrein tu nefesh v'nituch. You don't have to cut it into pieces or take the hide out. Rav Yechon Amar tu una nefesh v'nituch. You need to do that. The Kamifah give Rabbi Yosef Glili. They're arguing in a principle of Rabbi Yosef Glili to Tanya. Rabbi Yosef Glili oimer oilas shekrivi yisrael b'midbar. The olas in the midbar ain't tu una nefesh v'nituch. Did not require stripping and cutting. Shein nefesh v'nituch ela me'ol moed ve'elech. He only has to start doing it from oil moed. Mar saver me'ol moed ve'elech lo yishna bama gdola v'no yishna bama ketana. Once there was oil moed, then you had to cut the oil into pieces, whether you were in a bama gdola by the mishkan v'lo or by a bama ketana. Umar saver only b'bama gdola in b'bama ketana lo. Tani kavos Rabbi Yochanan that you do require hefshet b'nituach because he brings a baraisa that shows us the differences between the bama gdola and the bama ketana. Dvarim shebein bama gdola and bama ketana. Karen v'kevesh v'yisod ribu bama gdola. In the bama gdola in Gilgal and Nova Givon, you had the mizbech had a karen. You had to apply the blood on the horn. The keves had a ramp. The yisod had a foundation. V'ribud had to be square, and the ein karen v'yisod v'kevesh v'ribud b'bama ketana. These things were not required by a private bama. Kir v'kana b'bama gdola. You needed a wash basin only by the bama gdola. The ein kir v'kana b'bama ketana. Chaz of a shok, giving to the kohen the gift by a shlomim of the breast and the thigh, is only b'bama gdola. The ein chaz of a shok b'bama ketana. What about things that were equal? Shchita b'bama gdola b'ketana. You had to do shchita of the animal in both. Hefshet v'nituch b'gdola ketana. When you did an ola, you had to skin it and cut it. So here's the source for the baraisa that says that the din is like Rabbi Yochanan. Dam matir. What allows you to eat the meat? When you throw the blood on the mizbeach. And mafagel b'gdol ktana. You could create pigul if you had an improper thought of eating it improper time, right, beyond 24 hours. That pigul occurred both in the Gedolah and the Ketana. Mumin uzman b'Gedolah Ketana. Having a korban be puzzle and noiser, you get chorus if meat is left over beyond its time, that was operative b'Gedolah Ketana. Right? Aval noiser vazman vatomi shavin bazeh vazeh. The din of noiser leaving over the meat until tomorrow. Having a machshavas improper pigul regarding the time, and the korban becoming tummy. All of these are invalidations either at the Bama Gdol or Bama Ktan. Torah Rabbana. Minay laso isman b'Bama Ktan and b'Bama Gdol. How do you know that just like an olach, chatas and an oshim have to be eaten for 24 hours? Well, that wasn't brought by a Bama Ktan, but let's say shlomim had to be eaten, or korban toda had to be eaten for 24 hours. It applies to both places. For example, if you leave meat over beyond its time, the Torah says you have to burn it. It also says v'yotze yisor. When you take out meat beyond the azara, you have to burn it. So maybe I would have thought, ma yotze kosher b'mama. A bama is outside of the base of Mikdash. It's kosher. Maybe aflon kosher b'mama. So this connection between zman and place exists, and maybe there is no noiser by a bama kitana. That's why I needed a pasul. Isn't it a kavachomer from birds? Ma oifoy she'enamum poisel ben. There is no psul by a bird if it has a mum. Yet zman poisel ben. If you eat a bird korban beyond 24 hours, you get kares. It's noiser. Kodshe bama ketana shamum poisel ben. The korbanos that are offered on a bama ketana where there is a psul of mum. Eino din shezman poisel ben. There certainly should be noiser. So the Gemara says no. Malo oifa shekain ein azar kosher behem. A non-coin cannot do the avoided by a bird. A b'maktana, the non-coin can do it. And maybe lo yezman possible. And this we'll leave till we make our siyum. Okay. Very good. You should koich everybody. 120 blot of a
Good job.
Good job, Ernie. Shkoyach.
Koyach.
Good
okay,
learning.
we'll start, God willing, Menachos tomorrow.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Good night.
Big
Good
mistake.
night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.